So, Gaffer, an important win tonight. Obviously gets us back to winning ways, but how do you feel about that tonight?
Much better. I said to the lads, we need to get back to our playing style, get our identity back, and the way we play. And it showed tonight, the way we played, and some of the football at times was really good. I think the last two games that we've had, we've sort of played to the other team's game, where tonight we played to our own tempo, played to our own game plan, and played what we do, which our strengths are, and it showed. Disappointing to concede the goal in the end, which was outlined, and obviously I think that just comes from getting a little bit complacent and thinking that we're above them. So again, we've had the conversation at the end about we have to keep our own standards and be humble with it at the same time, and hopefully next time keep a clean sheet.
I just want to break down a few things you've said. Obviously, last week was disappointing.
Yeah.
I think everybody in the ground knew it, and obviously today was about trying to get back to those basics, raising our standards again. But do you feel like that happened tonight?
Yeah, it definitely happened. Look, I was very disappointed last week with the lads, and that says a lot because I'm disappointed after a 1-1 draw away from home. And that's the sort of mentality that I want us to get in us in the whole team. The last week's performance wasn't acceptable, and again I think if the performance was a lot better, then the result would have reflected the performance, but our performance was poor, and as I said last week, then we were probably lucky to get a draw because we wasn't on our game. But tonight we was on our game for a large spell up until probably the last 10-15, 10 maybe, and then we took the team and blew them away.
Obviously, the other point you made was obviously we conceded tonight. That was obviously the only down point to the performance, I thought.
Yeah.
Obviously, building on what you've said, what other positives can we take? I know we've got 2 wins from 2 here, still 18 games unbeaten, so there's still a lot of positives to build upon.
Yeah, there's a lot of positives. We've got probably our squad backfiring. I think the first 2 games were games where we've probably got ahead of ourselves and then shot straight back down. So ground against Leek, obviously we drew that, but lost on penalties, and then I think it took its toll against Bedworth, and we carried on playing the way we did at Leek and sort of had to ride through the emotions. But now we're backfiring. Daniele scored 4 tonight, which is always a good sign, getting your striker scoring. And he had his first 90 minutes for us tonight, which normally I bring him off because of games tomorrow and stuff, but felt like it was important. He got a full 90 today. And then look, we've got lads coming off the bench who were firing. Disappointed to be on the bench, but they were firing as well. Thought Raheem was really good when he come on. Nice to have Harry back just for his energy and his attitude. And look, we've got a lot of positives. The other negative is we've got players injured or players away, but now we're starting to slowly get our full squad back. George Allison's still yet to come back, and he's nearly coming back. And then we've got our full squad to pick from.
Obviously, it's 10 points from an opening 12. Obviously, I just mentioned it's 6 from 6 here. But I think tonight was more important about the result and getting back to that winning feeling. Is that how you saw it?
100%. Not only the winning feeling, the performance. I think if we won 1-0 when we played really well today, I still would have been buzzing. The performance was massive for us because if we perform, then I think we can beat a large amount of teams on any day, if not any team. But it was down to the poor performance, but it's always buzzing and always positive to get a good result.
Obviously, next up, Solihull Moors. What sort of game can you expect from that one? And obviously, they're fighting for one of the top positions as well, aren't they? So it's going to be obviously a key match-up, and I think whoever comes out on top, it's important, isn't it?
Yeah, of course. Solihull are a good team. Obviously, they're full-time lads. No 1 or 2 of them, so they're a good team. I think the game's probably going to be postponed because we can't get it on. But if it does get postponed, we would regroup Monday and train. If not, we have to go again and play the game Monday. And look, I think we can bounce off today and go into Monday if we do get the game on in high spirits.
Obviously, I mentioned about training last week, and obviously we had the Monday session. But how important was that to get the lads back on to the field this week and get them to bond again? And so it showed out there tonight with the performance.
Yeah, massively. It was massively important for us training on Monday, and again, I felt like everything was a lot smoother. We had our shape. We were set off the ball, so we knew we're well drilled. The way we play, we're well drilled, and we understand where to be and when to be. And that all comes from the training pitch. People don't actually understand how much you need to train sometimes. So it was good to get the boys back in Monday, and hopefully we do get to train again Monday, because I want us to get as prepared as possible for the upcoming tough games.